It's been 9 years since the re-release of old school Runescape, and the game has come a long way from when we were kids. New ways to play are constantly being invented, and the community has never been more active, so I created a game mode of my own. This is the Wheel of Everything. The rules of this game mode are simple. I've placed every equipable item in the game on one big ass wheel. The wheel will generate an item, and I will have to retrieve that item. Furthermore, I'll only be allowed to wear items selected by the wheel. For every item I retrieve, I'll gain 1 point. Points can be used to unlock quests and achievement diaries and help further progress my account, but gaining points is not always for my benefit because for every 25 points I earn, the wheel will permanently erase one of my items. My account is at the mercy of the wheel. So without further delay, welcome to the show. In the last episode, we took on the Winter Todd and conquered our toughest enemy yet to unlock Mauritania. From there, we hit our stride and managed to double our points. These are the items we've gathered so far, and these are the items we're currently going for. In order to make a ring of dueling, we're going to need a gold bar. I have some gold ore stored in the bank already, but we're going to need 40 smithing to smelt it down. There are a few ways to obtain a gold bar, but in order to progress my account further, we're going to need to start smithing at some point anyway. So for this challenge, we're going to obtain this bar naturally. We'll begin by completing the Knight's Sword quest, which will put me at 29 smithing and get me 1 quest point closer to unlocking Dragon Slayer. From there, the plan is to mine and smelt iron ore until 40 smithing. This quest is relatively simple. We're on a mission to recreate a knight's ceremonial sword. His squire screwed the pooch and somehow lost the original, so now we're going to have to make a copy before the knight notices. To do this, we need to make a red berry pie for our date with the dwarven blacksmith. Once he's feeling fat and happy, he agrees to help us on our quest, but he's gonna need a picture of the sword to reforge it. These early quests are such a pain in the ass to complete because without any teleports, I have pretty much no option but to walk the entire time. This turns a 5-minute quest into an hour-long ordeal. Alright, for the last step of this quest, we're gonna need 2 iron bars. Obviously, I don't have the smithing level to make them myself right now, so we're gonna have to head up to Edgeville. Past Edgeville and into the wilderness, we'll find a single iron bar conveniently waiting for me. After that, we just need to mine 2 blue-rite ore, 1 for the quest, and 1 for the Falador achievement diary later on. Once Thurgo makes the sword, we can run it back to the squire and it's quest complete. Now we can finally sit back and relax and mine. Mining is so nostalgic to me. I remember back in like 2005 before I had members, I would sit in the Falador mine for days collecting iron and coal. I thought if I kept it up long enough, eventually I'd be a millionaire and I'd be able to afford all the best items in the game. Such a simpler time. The game was so peaceful back then. There was no efficiency when it came to training skills, there were no major endgame bosses at the time, so people really had no idea what they were doing. We would all just log on and mine or chop yew trees for money. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about how far the game has come since then. It's the same game fundamentally, but mechanically the game has advanced so far it's almost unrecognizable to players just coming back after all this time. As the player base grew up, we all got a lot smarter at playing the game, and because of that, we influenced the game and made it into what it is today. I can't think of any other MMO that's gone through such a drastic evolution. The game has gone from one of the most basic point-and-click MMOs to being one of the most mechanically challenging games of our era. I guess that's one of the many reasons why I love the game so much, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. Comment down below how you used to spend your days before Efficiency-scape. I'd really like to hear how everyone played the game when we were kids. Guys, holy shit. I wasn't recording, but I just got a gold bar from a random event. There's no way. I'm not even finished mining yet, and we just got handed this challenge for free. Well, I see no reason to continue the grind for the moment, so I guess we'll just finish off this inventory and make our ring. Well damn, that was easy. I wish I would have gotten that random event sooner. We wouldn't have even had to use a quest unlock. Oh well, no regrets. We were still gonna do it eventually anyway, and having those smithing levels is gonna be nice. And with that, we've gained our 18th point, and we're ready to spin the wheel. By the way guys, most of these wheel spins are done live on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/rsamethyst. You can follow along with my progress there and show me some support. Yes, dude. Oh, I'm so happy to get a piece of Graceful right now. We just unlocked the Canifis rooftop core, so this is the perfect time to get Graceful. Even though the pieces can be bought individually, Graceful is still going to be considered a set for this game mode. It's untradeable for one, and it does have a set effect when all pieces are equipped. So the boots are not the only piece we're going for. The remaining pieces of the set will be removed from the wheel, and we will now be required to obtain the entire set starting from level 11 agility. For me, this is going to be one hell of a grind because I for one hate agility. The monotony of clicking the same green squares over and over for hours just drives me up a fucking wall. Luckily for you, I've skipped ahead of the grind and straight into the meat and potatoes. This series is about progress, boys, and we don't have time to sit around and watch Wheelman run around rooftops. And finally, full Graceful has been achieved. I know this only took about 30 seconds for you, but for me that grind was close to 15 hours. For full Graceful though, it was totally worth it. I'm going to be walking a lot less from now on. This also puts us at 19 points, one away from a new quest unlock. Alright, back to everyone's favorite part. A black scimitar. Alright. Should be pretty simple to get. Okay, so for the black scimitar, we're gonna need to take a little trip up to the Shazian area of Zaya. There's a weapon shop here that will sell me a black scimitar as long as I have 15% favor. To get the favor, all we have to do is heal up these wounded soldiers. Alright, that wasn't too bad. We finally got our favor, and now we can unlock the black scimitar. Task complete. And with that, we're finally up to 20 points on the account, which means we now have a fresh quest unlock as well as our second diary unlock. I still haven't used the first diary unlock, but I do have a plan in mind that we're gonna work on soon. I'm free to use these unlocks whenever I want, and I don't have to use them by any certain time frame, so in the future, I'll be keeping a tally of available quest and diary unlocks visible. Wheel spin! Holy crap, what are these wheel spins? Dude, I am getting so lucky. A Ring of Recoil is such a great unlock. Now I can use these against higher level enemies and never even have to worry about losing it. This is especially going to be useful when I unlock Zulrah. Recoils are absolutely necessary there, and I'm not sure if it's even doable without them. Luckily, I already have a Sapphire Ring right here in my bank. All we have to do is enchant it. Task complete. 21 points. How nice was that, boys? Wheel time, meal time, let's get it, dude. Gardening boots. Not to be confused with farming boots. Farming boots are part of the farming set obtained from Teeth Farm. Gardening boots are dropped by level 7 farmers at a rate of 1 in 64. According to the wiki, there should be 6 farmers spawning here, but unless I'm blind, I'm pretty sure there's only 3. What the hell is going on with this poor farmer's arm? Jagex, how can you just leave these men in this broken state? These guys are literally throwing hands at me right now. That's it. This video is turning into a PSA about farmers.
Are you a poor farmer?
Mm-hmm.
Are you constantly being attacked by adventurers and robbed of your shoes?
Yep.
Do your arms spontaneously detach whilst attempting to defend your homeland?
Yep.
Jagex, please. These poor farmers have been neglected for too long. When will this tragedy end? Farm hands need their farm hands.
Alright, we finally got our boots after 83 kills. I'm pretty sure there aren't many farmers left for Jagex to save at this point. That took a little bit longer than I had hoped, but we did manage to gain some decent combat XP. And with that, we now have 22 points and we creep ever closer to our first item deletion. Let's spin that wheel. Sweet! Another Wilderness Cape challenge. Did I mention that these were my favorite? 23 points. Shazian Gloves 3. Okay, that's different. This is going to require some combat training, so we're going to put this one off until we can finish our Pyromancer set. So for now, it's back to my favorite Frosty Land. This time I'm just going to show clips of my crate openings to speed things up. Oh no. No, 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 no. We don't want that. Not right now. Why do I have to get spooned everywhere I go? Damn it, this is not good. I have my first gamble coming up at 25 points, and this Tome of Fire is now my most valuable item. This bad boy is going straight to the chopping block before I'm even gonna get a chance to use it. Not only that, but when the tome does eventually show up on the wheel, I'm gonna have to come back here and get it again. Sheesh, this sucks, but I'm glad we finally got something decent at least. Yes, finally, dude, we got the legs. One more piece to go and we're out of here. Holy guaca-fucking-moly, we did it. Dude, I just got the legs 4 crates ago. My luck here has been so wacky. Iron Men everywhere are cursing me as we speak. I know in the last episode I said I'd show the full log when I was done, but sadly my RuneLite client crashed one night and somehow became corrupted. The only way I could get it back up was to uninstall and reinstall. And after reinstalling RuneLite, I found that everything had been erased. All of my plugins and settings that I've gathered over the years were wiped, and I had to spend a lot of time getting things back to the way they were. Unfortunately, my drop log was also included in that, so I don't get to show off the total loot, but lucky for you, I did get clips of the important items. My list of items I've gathered from the wheel so far was also erased, and I had to go back through my clips and put the list back together, so from now on I'll be recording the list in a Word document as well. Wowza, that's a unique item. Has anyone in the history of RuneScape ever made these? The only difference between these and the normal Vambraces is that the spikes add a +2 melee strength bonus. Why anyone would go out of their way to make and wear these is beyond me. Now, this is one hell of a challenge for me to take on at my current level. The only way to get blue Vambraces without making them yourself is to kill brutal blue dragons or water fiends. Both of them have a drop rate of 1 in 128. That is not happening. So option B it is. I'm gonna have to grind out 66 crafting and make the Vambraces myself. Before we do that though, I think it's time to revisit our Shazian gloves. Alright, we've got ourselves another set item. Each tier of the Shazian armor is gonna be a separate set on its own, so for this challenge we need to obtain every piece of the tier 3 Shazian armor set. Since this is a set, we will be allowed to wear all 5 pieces of it, making this our best in slot armor. This is a game changer. I fully expected to be running around in mismatched clothing and armor pieces, so having a legitimate set of armor is pretty exciting. The stats on it aren't all that great, but it only requires 20 defense and the gloves give me a +2 strength bonus, meaning these are the best in slot gloves until Recipe for Disaster. This is a huge upgrade. Now to get it, unfortunately, we need 80% Shazian favor. Luckily, we already got 15% from the Black Scimitar challenge, so we aren't too far off. The real challenge within this task isn't getting the favor. To actually get the armor pieces, we have to kill this tier 3 Shazian soldier. She's 58 combat with a max hit of 7, and she is quite accurate. Now if it was just this one soldier alone, this task would probably be doable with flinching and recoils, but of course that's not the case. In order to fight the tier 3 soldier, I need to have defeated the tier 2 soldier 5 times in order to obtain the full tier 2 set, and for the tier 2 set, I have to claim the tier 1 set. So in all, I have to kill 15 Shazian soldiers, increasing in difficulty each time I obtain a set. I attempted to see how far I could get without training combat, but completing the challenge would eat up the majority of my food and combat supplies, so from here we have no other choice but to truly begin training combat. Luckily we got some levels and a weapon early on, so we aren't starting from nothing. We can sit here and AFK at sand crabs for the majority of this session. I'm thinking if I can get my hands on a rune weapon, this task should be easily doable. Getting 40 attack and around 30 strength should give me enough of a boost to complete this challenge while keeping us far below 50 combat. We need to maintain a combat level far below 50 for as long as we can to keep us out of the mid-tier bracket. Once we break that threshold, the game is going to get a lot harder and there's no going back. And that's 40 attack right there. We're done training for now. Currently, I have no rune weapons in my bank. Buying one isn't gonna happen because I don't have the Champions Guild unlocked just yet, and I'm pretty low on cash as it is. I'm gonna need my cash stack for crafting. So I guess this is the perfect time to pay a visit to every Iron Man's favorite Zamorakian warrior. These guys drop a rune scimitar at a rate of 1 in 50, and they can be safe spotted. And the best part is, there are no requirements to get here, making this the perfect place for low-level irons to score an easy rune weapon. And we're done. That was pretty quick. I think it only took about 20 kills. Now we can make our way back to the Shazian camp and finish our task. Wow, this is already so much easier. The rune scimitar is a massive upgrade. And that's it, boys. Damn, that armor looks so cool. Best in slot melee armor unlocked. And you know what that means. Hell yeah. Another set item, and we already got the 50 agility requirement to get them. All that's left is to get 50 thieving. And that was our 25th point on the account. We've just gained a new quest unlock, but more importantly, it's finally time for the wheel to activate its second ability. I've sifted through my bank and pulled out every equipable item that the wheel hasn't requested. I was going for top 28 most valuable items, but as you can see, I was barely able to fill out the 28 slots. I really only have about 28 items to gamble from, so that made things easier sorting wise. They're in no particular order, I just kinda left it at random. Rather than put every individual item on the wheel, we're just gonna spin for number 1 through 28. Whichever number it lands on will be its respective inventory space reading from left to right, top to bottom. Number 1 being in the top left, 28 in the bottom right. Whichever item gets selected will be deleted from my inventory, and I will not be allowed to use that item again until the wheel calls for it as a challenge. If we're all clear on how Backlash is gonna work, let's cross our fingers and clench our butt cheeks and spin the wheel. Oh wow. Oh wow. Damn. We got very lucky. That's typical. The masochist in me was actually hoping for something a bit more impactful, but I guess this is to be expected from our first deletion. I could have just lost my best melee weapon, I could have lost my best pickaxe, and if I hadn't unlocked the dual ring and recoil early on, I could have lost those too. Every item here had an equal chance of being erased, so I can't feel too disappointed. When we get into the later stages of this account, item deletion is going to be fucking terrifying. The Wheel of Destruction isn't the only milestone we've hit. 25 points also grants us our first equipment slot unlock. Every available remaining equipment slot has been placed on its own wheel, and we're now going to spin to permanently unlock one equipment slot. This is an exciting moment. This unlock is going to change the way my account progresses forever. Fingers crossed. Ooh, an amulet slot. Okay. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but this isn't bad at all. I'm going to be able to give each of my combat styles a nice DPS boost with this. It might not be much in terms of defense, but offensively, the amulet slot is one of my best slots to unlock early on. My account is feeling strong. We're slowly working our way up to the mid-tier bracket, and now that we have some combat levels, I'm feeling much more confident in how this is all going to play out. I am going to conquer this wheel, no matter what it takes, and one day, we're going to see wheelmen all over Gielinor. I just know it. If you like this series and you want to see how far we can go, I need your help. Share this video with your friends, clanmates, mom, uncle, your dog, share it with your teachers, share it with your therapist so they can ask what the fuck is wrong with you. I don't know if anyone's even watching these at this point, but if you are, thank you for your support. I'd like to keep making this series, but if it doesn't take off soon, I may have to call it quits. But maybe not. Who knows?